India possesses a formidable weapon against Pakistan, one that surpasses the power of a nuclear weapon. This weapon can inflict unbearable misery upon Pakistan with a single move, and it is called water. The rivers that flow through Pakistan originate in India, and for the last 75 years, we have been generously supplying Pakistan with our water, without even a 50-50 share. We bid adieu to 80% of our water resources, but why do we do this? It's because of the Indus Water Treaty. Welcome to our new series Pakistan Explained, where we try to analyze Pakistan's issues from an Indian standpoint. If you find this video helpful, please share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Chapter 1: What is the Indus Water Treaty? A month ago, India issued a notice to Pakistan, giving them 90 days to respond. If Pakistan fails to respond appropriately, India can exit the Indus Water Treaty. Why is this treaty so crucial? In 1947, when the British divided India, they also divided its resources, including its water sources, like the Indus River. This river passes through India and into Pakistan, joining the Arabian Sea. There were fierce disputes over who had the right to access this water and the canals, barrages, and waterworks built in British territory. The Punjab Partition Committee was formed to decide how much water should be released from the canals built in British Punjab. However, no resolution was reached. Following partition, India and Pakistan faced tensions and violence across the border. We were at war with Pakistan, and in 1948, Indian Punjab's engineers stopped the water supply to Pakistan. They asked a simple yet logical question: why should we provide water to Pakistan while we're at war with them and they're attacking Kashmir? This was before the Green Revolution, and India was dependent on foreign aid to feed its people. When the water supply stopped, it created chaos in Pakistan, and the government came to negotiate a temporary agreement. This cycle of tension and negotiation continued for 2 years until David Lilienthal intervened. Lilienthal wrote an article claiming that water could lead to a war between India and Pakistan, and this caught the attention of the president of the World Bank, who offered to help. However, one may question why the World Bank had to intervene, as it was an internal matter that should have been resolved between India and Pakistan. In 1960, the Indus Water Treaty was signed, and since then, even during 4 wars between India and Pakistan, the treaty has never been violated. The treaty details the rights and obligations of India and Pakistan regarding the Indus River and its tributaries. Chapter 2: Understanding the Indus Water Treaty. The Indus Water Treaty is an agreement between India and Pakistan that divides the river water between the two countries. India has control over the eastern rivers, while Pakistan has control over the western rivers. The treaty specifies how much water India can keep and how much water it must allow into Pakistan. India has control over Ravi, Beas, and Sutlej rivers, while Pakistan has control over Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab rivers. However, 80% of the water in the Indus River basin is in the western rivers, meaning that Pakistan controls most of the water. India also had to pay £62 million to Pakistan to build canals on the Pakistan side. To monitor the treaty's compliance, a permanent Indus Commission was formed, which can plan visits to inspect water storage sites, dams, and canals. If the treaty is not followed, the Commission can escalate the issue to a 3-tier resolution system: question, difference, and dispute. If the dispute cannot be resolved, it goes to the International Court of Arbitration in the Netherlands. The real issue with the treaty started in 2015 when Pakistan demanded a neutral expert from the World Bank to protest against India's Kishanganga Rattle Power Project. Pakistan then unilaterally withdrew the demand and wanted the issue to be heard in the Court of Arbitration, skipping the second step. The World Bank has no power to decide who is right or wrong, and the treaty specifies that when the neutral expert gives their opinion, the Court of Arbitration cannot proceed. India is an upper riparian nation, giving it an upper hand in the treaty, but the treaty tries to bring balance to the equation. However, no other country in the world has such an agreement with another country. Pakistan's leadership often blames their water problems on the Indus Water Treaty. Chapter 3: India's Next Move. The Indus Water Treaty has been a topic of controversy, with two distinct opinions being presented. One group believes that India cannot violate the treaty without causing an international disgrace. They argue that if India withholds water from Pakistan, China may also do the same to India in the future. However, China has a history of disregarding international organizations and acting arbitrarily, as they have already started a water war against India. The other group argues that Pakistan has taken the treaty for granted, knowing that India is hesitant to use it as a weapon. With the assistance of China, Pakistan is constructing barrages, canals, and dams to meet their water requirements and to maintain a good image. Meanwhile, India is ignoring its own people's water needs. In 2003, Jammu and Kashmir informed India that the Indus Water Treaty needed to be revisited, as the Indian people there were not receiving their fair share of water. India has now sent a confidential notice to Pakistan, which has not yet been responded to. If Pakistan fails to respond, India can exit the treaty, which would be a significant win for Indian farmers. Chapter 4, Conclusion. Interestingly, all the research papers on the Indus Water Treaty that I read were written by Pakistani professors who only present their side of the story. They claim that the treaty was signed under blackmail, and despite receiving 80% of the water, Pakistan is still unhappy. They present their point of view to the world, which benefits their country, and this is how geopolitics works. Every player in the game of geopolitics must think only about their interests. However, Indian professors, intellectuals, leaders, and experts do not share India's perspective with the world. We need to present our challenges and problems so that there can be a logical debate about the Indus Water Treaty. The world perceives the treaty as an example of global cooperation, but in reality, India gave its water to Pakistan, thinking it was the price for peace. However, did the treaty prevent any wars? Did the Pakistani military fear that if they attacked India, their water supply would be stopped, putting their general public in crisis? No, they took India for granted, along with the future of their own people. Water is life, and it is the most valuable resource in the world. However, the groundwater of Punjab is being depleted, and in 20 years, Punjab will be a desert. What will we do then? Should we break the treaty or go to war with Pakistan? Negotiations must start today to avoid violence in the future and to reach a rational conclusion without war. We need to share our perspective with the world, understand these issues, and think about where our welfare lies. If you found value in this video and learned something new, please share it with your friends. It is essential for India to present its point of view to the world, and I believe that this can make a difference.